Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Okay, I've seen at least three clips for Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know, it comes back on Saturday, and I want to talk about the clips real quick and get into some of the comments. So, there was a clip of Tisha. She telling Trish that one of the ladies, not sure if it was one of the ladies in the group or somebody in her DMs or comments or whatever, but somebody told her that she needs to tell Trish about Ken being in folks' DMs, and Trish was like, okay. And it's crazy that the main person who was always whining about folks destroying her marriage is sitting up in another woman's face with this type of mess. And no, I don't think Tisha was looking out for Trish or trying to have her back. She was being messy. And I saw her in the comments under the post, and she said, I enjoyed this conversation with, and she tagged Trish, real girlfriend conversation. She is so fake and wanted to be that girl so bad. Tisha, that was not a real girlfriend conversation, because if the roles were reversed, you would have been running crying to Marcel talking about you don't know why folks always coming for your marriage. And there were a few comments under her post that said she, talking about Trish, didn't say anything. Basically, girl, how is this a conversation when in the clip she didn't even conversate? Someone else said, you have to pick a lane. It's given I can do it, but no one else can. A few other people were like, not Tisha, who don't like to hear nothing about her marriage is in somebody else's business. Why is this still on? Trish, baby, go on the clock out. You give nothing, not even a complete sentence. Always in everybody's business. I don't like her. Trish is not a good fit for reality TV. Tisha, you the last person that should be giving any marriage advice. Girl, you play all day. Trish needs to go. She lied too much. Sneaky. Why is every season about taking down another marriage? I liked it better when the show was about their businesses. Child, Tisha has the nerve to have an opinion. Girl, bye. Trish, just be honest. You were never in love with Ken. You're still attracted to your ex-husband. Let's stop playing games. Work things out. That would be a better storyline. Tisha, I like you, but you need more than being in people's business all the time. I like Trish. However, I wish she would just be honest and say she is afraid to get married again. At this point, the whole show about to be divorced. Girl, ain't nobody telling you nothing about Ken. I applaud Marcel for having the strength to go home to that irritating voice and childish mindset every night. Tisha, you think your marriage so perfect? Can't wait till you get knocked off your feet. Tisha needs to be more concerned about her own husband. Where's Marcel? Is he in folks' DMs? Girl, mind your business. Trisha got a lot of healing to do. It's okay to want to be single. Sometimes we be entertaining situations just to do it. Learn how to take time for yourself and discover who you are and what you want. How can she talk about marriage with Ken when she's still married to Marquez? Make it make sense, please. I don't even watch anymore because of scenes like this. Tisha, stop. Because the minute folks come to you about Marcel, girl, bye, move on. Trish is a sneaky snake person. Tisha is messy. Tisha is every bit of messy. But didn't Marcel go on a trip to Africa without Tisha? So that's what the folks saying about that. So the next clip that I saw, Maurice and Kimmy, honey. So there's a clip of Maurice and Kimmy. Maurice says, I think that you in general deserve to be happy. Like of all people, you're probably the best human I've met. Kimmy says, what wife wants to hear you say, I want you to be happy with someone else? Listen, it's so sad to see how desperate Kimmy really is. Like, girl, what? Like I said, I am so happy she doesn't have daughters, because they will either be out here looking pathetic for a man, or they have to go no contact with her, because I would be so mad at my mama if she was out here trying to hold on to a man who doesn't want to be held. What's the saying? Like, don't let a man tell you more than once he doesn't want you. I really feel like Maurice wants out. He just wants Kimmy to be the one to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I think we need to get a divorce. And what's crazy, even if he did cheat in the past, presently, he may want to entertain other people, but he doesn't want to get caught up. I feel like he should just be man enough. If he wants to get a divorce, just say, I want a divorce. And if he can't say it, just leave the brown envelope on the kitchen counter. She say she be cleaning anyway, so she'll see it. Because there's no need to stay in that marriage. If that's not where you want to be, leave. And I don't know what Kimmy has gone through in her life, but the way she is trying to hold on to Maurice is crazy. But yeah, let's see what the other folks think about this. So the people say he's the type that wants out but doesn't want to say it. He wants to place that on her. This is hilarious and typical of certain men. So Martell may have been telling us the truth about the cheating after all. When did Kimmy say she wanted to leave nursing? He kept badgering her to go into business with him. That narrative is giving he'd rather have her say I want out when in actuality it's him who wants out. Kimmy go, he ain't even cute. Find you someone that's on your level and upgrade. Men always trying to force the women to leave instead of just stating that you're no longer wanting to be married to her. That's so immature. Just to avoid accountability? He's definitely the problem. His true colors have slowly been showing each season. Kimmy definitely deserves someone who hears and respects how she feels and what she's been through. Bye, sir. Girl, set that man free so he can hunch on whoever he want to hunch on. Listen here, wrap this up. I've been starting to see that he was the problem. He wouldn't have to tell me twice, baby, peace out. Kimmy will be making excuses and saying that's not what he meant to say. One thing I know, he doesn't want to leave. He wants her to leave so he can tell everyone she left him. They will blame others because they lack accountability and want to keep a good image amongst the masses. Lord, why are we trying so hard to be with men who don't effing want us? Y'all are so strong because as soon as my husband doesn't fill my Stanley cup up before bed, I'm thinking he doesn't want me. Y'all letting these men tell y'all to spread your wings and fly away? Baby, divorce is coming. It's giving Gladys Knights. Neither one of us want to be the first to say goodbye. All I hear him say every time he speaks to her is, I like you, you're a nice person, you're so sweet, but I'm not in love with you, and I don't want to be with you. Dang, Kimmy, let the man child go. So, the next clip was Martell, Ken, and Chris. So I guess Ken filled Martell and Chris in on what him and Trish got going on. Martell gonna tell Ken that he needs to get him a 20-year-old. And Chris is like, why? So he can control her or something? And Martell is like, yeah, these women need to be controlled. Because if you don't control them, they'll try to control you. Baby, Martell is such a hurt little boy. And it's so sad and pathetic. The way Martell talks, in my opinion, shows that he has never taken accountability for losing his family. Every time Martell's mouth is moving, he's talking about women. What a woman needs to be doing for a man. How women need to act. And now he's over here telling Ken he needs a 20-year-old. I don't know what 20-year-olds he's talking about. But the 20-year-olds I've seen, they ain't going for that control mess. Especially not for somebody like a Martell. Because he's too easily read. You can see that he has a fragile ego. He doesn't seem as confident as he pretends to be. You can tell he's broken and that somebody really broke that heart. He has a narcissistic wound. He's still externalizing blame. He's still redirecting the blame onto women from the mess he caused because he couldn't keep his pee in the household. Like, it's so sad. I don't even see how women find him attractive. Maybe they're looking at his build or his beard. I don't know, because I ain't never thought he was cute. But once he opens his mouth and starts talking, it's like, ugh, my SYBAU. Please. Because, honey, what is you talking about getting a 20-year-old because you think that you can control them? Some of these 20-year-olds, baby, will only be talking to you if you was a sugar daddy. And honey, you ain't no sugar daddy. You barely a Splendor daddy, let alone a sugar daddy. Boy, stop playing. But let's see what the comments say. So the people say, why would anybody want advice from Martell? That's exactly why he's with Coleslaw, because he can control her. That's why he lost the best blessing he ever had. Martell, you cannot control a grown woman. The only way a man can control a woman in a relationship is if she allows it. He sounds like Miss Seeley's father-in-law from The Color Purple. Narcissists love control. Martell giving relationship advice is hilarious to me. I don't even know if Martell be trolling anymore. Listen, Martell is something else. That's why you divorced. Now ended up with Coleslaw. Clearly she's just as slow as you, Martell, just plain foolishness. He believes what he is saying. Get rid of Martell. Martell's mentality is that of a 25-year-old man. He is not one to give sound advice for men over 35. Martell was an ESE teacher for a reason. What other degree was he smart enough to earn? Fool, you have daughters that will see this one day. And you over there talking about get a 20-year-old. Martell, learn to control your mouth. Oh, child, it's the same old BS. Martell is the biggest loser in Alabama. Oh my goodness. Prime example of why his life is the way it is. So that's what the people feeling right now. If y'all seen these clips, let me know. Get down in the comments and I'll talk to y'all later.